LDEQ compliance orders. Surface water, the water in rivers, streams, creeks, lakes, reservoirs, and wetlands, is vitally important to our everyday life. It is used to supply you with drinking water, and also has everyday uses such as irrigation, mining, and industrial purposes. Surface water is also used for water-based recreation, like swimming, boating, and water skiing, and for fishing, both recreational and commercial. Of course, surface water is used by and supports fish and other aquatic species, animals, and plants as well. Because surface water is so important, Congress enacted the Clean Water Act to protect it. Among other things, the Clean Water Act makes it unlawful to discharge any pollutant from a point source, such as a pipe or ditch, into a surface water unless a permit is obtained. Like Congress, Louisiana has taken significant efforts to protect surface water within the state, including developing its own permitting system to control point source discharges. Louisiana's permitting system, the LDEQ permitting system, requires that all Louisiana dischargers obtain a permit from the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality, or the LDEQ. In the permits that it issues to authorize discharges to Louisiana surface waters, LDEQ sets limits on the amount of pollutants or contaminants that the permittee can discharge. Pollutants that are subject to LDEQ set limits include fecal coliform, total suspended solids, pH, biological oxygen demand, oil and grease, ammonia, nitrogen, copper, nickel, and zinc. LDEQ considers permit limits based on both the technology available to control pollutants and the limits that are protective of the quality of the water in the receiving surface water. LDEQ then sets the permit limits based on the more stringent of the two. LDEQ's permits require the permittee to monitor or sample its discharges and report the monitoring results periodically to LDEQ. If the pollutant amounts in a permittee's discharges exceeds the limits set in the permit, LDEQ may take enforcement action against the permittee. Such enforcement action can include an LDEQ order to the permittee to comply with the permit and install such equipment as necessary to ensure such compliance. LDEQ can also impose penalties or fines on the permittee for violations of the permit. All MDU wastewater treatment facilities discharge treated wastewater into Louisiana surface waters, streams, creeks, rivers, etc. As required for each of its wastewater treatment facilities, MDU has a separate LDEQ-issued permit that authorizes discharges to the receiving surface water. MDU recognized that it would need to make significant capital improvements to its wastewater treatment facilities to keep pace with the increasingly stringent LDEQ limits. Though more fully explained in the rate process section of this workshop, simply put, the rates that MDU charged its customers did not include funds for capital improvements. As a result, MDU has had a number of discharges throughout its systems that have exceeded permit limits. LDEQ and of course MDU have been concerned about permit exceedances. MDU worked with LDEQ to develop an acceptable schedule to implement required upgrades, repairs, and maintenance. LDEQ then issued MDU a series of orders requiring MDU to upgrade, repair, and maintain its wastewater treatment facilities according to that schedule. For example, these orders require MDU to install certain equipment and upgrades at its wastewater treatment facilities. Some of the capital improvements include upgraded air blowers, new lift station pumps, upgraded control panels, telemetry, facility diffuser bars, rebuilt wastewater treatment plant headers, rebuild force mains, structural repairs at lagoons, and more. Once MDU has done the upgrades, repairs, and maintenance, MDU will be able to comply with its permits. The LDEQ ordered upgrades, repairs, and maintenance will cost approximately $17 million.